Okay, I am drawing this azalea tree. It's important to spend some time when I'm drawing the tree to draw the branches and some of the flowers in detail. But the rest, I may just do some very quick gestural drawings, or I may just leave them for when using paint. Okay, so we are going to paint this magnolia tree in bloom. And I was sharing that it's important for this particular picture, it's important to pay attention to how to draw the branches. It's important. The main branches, I need to really draw them nicely. Some of the magnolia flowers, especially the ones in the front scene, I'm gonna draw them. But the rest, I am not worried. I'm just gonna outline the whole bunch of pink areas and then paint the flowers after. We're not gonna work on the details on the flowers except 4 or 5 of them. So, okay. Yes. So I'm starting from the bottom to top, starting from the bottom of the trunk, looking at these like curves, lovely curves for the trunk and the branches. And I am using H pencil, so the lines are strong and dark enough for me to see, and it's not gonna get smudgy easily. I told you that we are drawing the branches in details, but I don't want you to overwhelm yourself by thinking of doing exactly, drawing exactly what you see.
Okay.
Yeah, you can change the things up a little bit if it's okay. When I found this picture on Pinterest, it started from Central Park Magnolia tree. So I don't know if this one is, I don't know if this one is from there.
I was just wondering if it was in Newton, because I haven't seen anything quite this exuberant.
Yeah, we have beautiful magnolia trees, but not as lovely as this one. I haven't seen. It has a special curves and it has a special character.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe maybe next week they'll be blooming like this. I don't know.
Maybe. And now that you said that, I'm gonna try to figure it out where it is.
Should I email Susan to remind her or?
No, she cannot make it. She emailed me, but she told
Oh.
me that she's looking forward to see the recording.
Okay.
Yes.
That's too bad.
It's just two of us. Okay, this one. Okay, now that I did, I think main branches. Here. Here. I can start adding the flowers.
I would love to see your picture. I see the reference, but maybe I can, let's see, maybe if I pin you, I can.
Oh, see if you can pin me. Pin this one, this camera.
Yeah, I am. It's still small. It would be nice if I could, maybe I can make it bigger. 100%. No. That's okay. I'll do what I can.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if this one works. Remove all pinned videos. Remove all pinned videos. Okay. How is it? Is it better now? Let's see. I did something.
I see the reference photo, but yours is very small.
Really?
Yeah. And
you know what? What if have you checked the email I sent to you last night?
I didn't see one, but I've been having trouble with my.
I send you an email, and on that email I attached the image. So if you can open it, let me check which email address I send it to. Hold on.
I've been having trouble with my
computer
email too, because we did something called a migration to a new version of Outlook, and it's been horrible.
Oh.
Horrible. Oh,
What?
I see. Yes, you did. Okay. Yes, I can see it on my cell phone. Well, it's downloading, and then maybe I can send it to my
you can
to my regular. This is crazy. I spent an hour with the
no, hold on. Which email address you want me to send it to, so that you can open it in your computer?
If you could send it to emfox@mit.edu.
I have that one. Hold on.
That
Let
would
me
be
see.
super.
Yep. Sure. Hold on. Let me go here. And then I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna send it to.
Yeah, I had thought I had
E
M as in Mary, FOX, like Fox.
I have it. I have it here. I'm going to send it to you now. And the subject is ref image.
Thank you.
Of course. And it comes from this address. There we go. Actual size. Okay. That way I can stop sharing, and then you can pin me and see.
Wonderful. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I hope spring cheers you up a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you. So do you want me to, are you all set? Could you find it or not yet?
It's slow getting here, but
okay.
I bet it will.
So I continue drawing, and while we are waiting for you to receive the.
Yes, please.
Of course. There is one flower right in the middle of the picture, which easily can be seen. And I really want to draw this one here. Probably even bigger than what we see in the image.
Now, maybe if you could put the camera on where you're drawing, that would be helpful. I
Why?
see a reference photo.
You see that?
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop sharing now? So the reference photo, oh, you mean you want to see my hand better?
Yes, please.
The problem is this camera is not really just a camera, it's zoom camera. So I cannot.
Okay, well, that's fine. All right. The reference photo hasn't come through yet, so
It will, don't worry, it will. It's
I'm
not
sure.
that, it's
I'm
not a very big file, so it will come. It's like
Okay.
400
All
kilobytes.
right, I'll come back.
Yes.
Okay, I'll keep working on the tree. There's a lot going on with this tree.
Yes, there is a lot going on with this tree, I know. And its flowers.
Yes. Now, where will you put the purple, I'm wondering?
Oh, I will show you. Don't worry.
I'm sure there will be a place for purple.
Definitely.
Let me just tell you, in case you need some flower therapy, there's a family-owned tulip farm in Rhode
Oh.
Island that has 3 different farms, 2 in Rhode Island and 1 in Connecticut. And it's called Wicked Tulips Farm.
Wicked Tulips Farm.
They sell tickets where you go and pick your own. If you go after 2 on a weekday, it's $17 for 10 tulips, and then each extra one is 1 more.
Oh.
I bought, I think I went to Connecticut today. I went once last year and once this year because I like to see lots of tulips, and I have some of them in a vase behind me, but.
Oh, I can see them, beautiful. So is the Connecticut one closer or no? It is farther.
It's farther. It took me an hour and a half to get there, but I had time today. I will put in the chat.
Thank you.
Tulips Farm, and they have a
Do you think
place.
that the Connecticut one is bigger, better, or?
The Connecticut one is supposed to be the largest one.
Uh-huh.
Or the last year I went to one of the Rhode Island ones. They're all beautiful.
Nice.
The Connecticut one will be closed this weekend because they are expecting rain. I think they're going to, at least they're going to check
Oh,
the parking lot, which could get muddy.
yeah.
But there's one in, I think the Exeter one, Exeter, Rhode Island closed, but the Johnston one, Johnston, Rhode Island opens tomorrow.
Okay.
And you might just, I don't know, depends. There are tulips blooming in the neighborhood. I have one in my patio, but I have one
Oh,
out of 5 I planted. So
yeah, we had actually one tulip. We have some like in our neighbors' front yard and in our yard, but there is one which has, it's a type of tulip with curvy leaves, and they are like dark and light green in color, the leaves, and it's a beautiful purple, pink purple, like magenta color. I will take a picture of that one. And it's now about to bloom. It's like a bud right now, and it's ready to bloom.
I also got
Wow,
these.
look at, hold on, let me pin you.
Okay, can you see?
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Aren't they? This one's really pretty. I got one and then I went back looking for another
Wow.
one. And I couldn't find it, but they have many different kinds. They had,
This one is gorgeous, Betsy. Wow.
and so are the pink
All
ones.
of them. Wow.
And then I have a few others I got. You want to see the one you have? Let me show you. I got some short ones, which you're supposed to have uneven numbers, like 3 or 5, but I just got
Yes. Yes.
2 of these.
Oh my gosh, these are tulips too.
Aren't they pretty?
So cute. They are very cute. They are amazing. You should draw them, paint them.
I think I will.
Do what you're doing in your journal.
Yes, I think I will.
Definitely. Definitely. You should start today, tonight.
And then
Wow.
get all of these. This is a very fancy one right here.
It is fancy, very fancy. It reminds me of like night dresses, of like very fancy
Yes.
dresses.
And then this is going to fluff out too. Can you see that? One?
Yes, yes, yes. The dark red one.
Yes. So.
Beautiful. Yes, you got a lot. You had a very colorful, artsy day.
It's flower therapy. It's the
Yes.
only day I don't have to be at work or having conferences with students until the end. I thought, I could use a little.
Definitely.
I could
That
use
was smart.
Yes. I'm lucky that there's something that cheers me up every time.
Exactly. Yes, having a passion and following that, it's important. I told my mom, because now suddenly, I mean, she was busy with my dad and stuff, and now like it's a new big transition for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her that start something that you like to start. Like, I can teach you painting, Mom, online. She said, I'm not ready yet for any of this. So.
Well, that makes sense, but
yes,
it's a good idea for later. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. And you have a sister or more over there?
No, I just have a brother who's younger than me, and his family who he has a wife and a 10-year-old, actually 11-year-old son.
Maybe it was your aunts whom you mentioned.
Oh yes, my older aunt, who is 4 years older than my mom, they are very close. They are like twins.
Mhm.
And I really count on her. Actually, today they spent time together. They were together, and then I told them to go to see some art galleries. I'm going to send them some information about some art shows that I know is on over there.
Mhm.
And my aunt is into art because she studied fashion design in London. And then she came back after graduation. She came back to Iran because at that time, before revolution, no one wanted to stay in other countries. Everyone wants to go back to Iran.
Mhm.
So, and she was very inspiring to me too when I was young. She was the one whom I talk about, like different artists. Yeah, so I said, go and visit some art galleries. And my mom was very, I mean, responsive to that. She said, send me some information about some art exhibits. I said, I'm going to do that.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I don't see any leaves. All I see are flowers here. That's interesting.
That is interesting. And I think, let's see, for magnolias, is it the case usually or no?
I think these might be what we call tulip magnolias. There are southern magnolias that can't survive up here, that have very glossy green leaves and
Okay,
white
that's
flowers.
right.
But let me check.
Okay.
Let's see what I can
You're right. There is no
find out
leaves.
here. Oh, I don't want a new message. I want a new file. Okay, it says tulip magnolia.
Okay.
There's a Felix magnolia, a rosemary magnolia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a little different from the super glossy leaves.
Okay. So these are gonna get leaves after, probably. After
Probably, yes.
flowers maybe. Let me see if I can
Right, it
find.
says deciduous, so that means leaves, but it's nice that we need the blooms first. I think.
Yeah, we do need the blooms first. I just want to see. I search up on my phone. Never
Well, it
mind.
looks as
I
if it
will.
may bloom a second time, at least in southern places. Here's someone who says it blooms in early spring, February, March, and then July and August. But
Okay.
that person doesn't live in Massachusetts.
No, definitely not. So, and you know what? There were some when I was doing, when I was searching the name, there were some magnolias from Far East, like Japan. And maybe it's from there. I don't know. I will find it out and share information with you, ladies.
Oh, I see that it's an ancient genus. It appeared before bees evolved.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But this is what Wikipedia says.
Okay.
Large fragrant flowers. Yes.
Okay, so as you can see, I drew some of the flowers, more than just 4 or 5, a little bit more. I made up some of them by looking at the reference image, but now I stopped drawing because my plan is to paint the rest by just using pinkish colors. The next step is to think about the background. I'm going to look at the bottom left corner of the work. There is a good, nice green colors, dark and light. And it seems that there are some greeneries here, some bushes.
Yes.
And yeah, and those are helpful to create some also green colors in our scene to show it's a spring, not just pink. So I'm gonna do the outlines here. There are some more leaves on this side, which I will paint. I'm not gonna draw them. And then here, the greeny area here is also where I'm gonna put my lime green colors to show the sunlight.
And that's a building behind it, isn't it?
That's a building. It's I don't know if this is if it is a, what do you call it? Plant house? No, what do you call it?
A greenhouse?
Greenhouse. Greenhouse. I don't know, but we are not worried about that. It can be, the background can be a very vague, like starting from those purple colors, and then we're gonna move some blue for the sky. So yes, that is that. And yes, I can start thinking about the technique that I'm going to use for this painting, which is going to be wet on wet, especially for where we have the flowers. So wet on wet, but it's good to start by putting the color of the sky down at some point. So I'm going to wet the paper with my flat brush, starting from the top.
All the way down?
All the way down, yes.
Okay, why not?
Why not? This weekend, Betsy is Art in Bloom at MFA.
Ah, right.
Yes. So I don't know. There is no, I'm not teaching because there is no class. So I was thinking to go with my husband to see the show.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. I mean, never. So I really like to go and see.
That's a good idea. That will give you flower therapy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If we can go there, I'm not sure. Always plans come up, but Ilya has training for all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so he's busy.
Is this for math or basketball?
No, it is for lifeguard.
Oh.
He wants to become a lifeguard for the summer job.
There's a real need for that. Good for him.
Yes, thank you.
I hope he wears sunblock.
It is indoor.
Okay.
It is actually, so it's through Red Cross. The training is through the course. Is offered by Red Cross, but it's in Harvard campus near Mass General. So it's, yeah, the place is, I think, it's a covered pool, but the training is very intensive. He's gonna go there after school on Friday from 5 to 7, I think, for evaluation. And then on Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot. Yes, but he wants to do it, and we said, okay.
Okay. Now, what's
Okay.
the first color? Pale blue?
Yes, pale blue. And the pale blue, you can use cerulean blue for this type of a sky, spring sky. That would be a nice warm blue. And I start from the top using this brush number 10. And I can, and my my blue has a little bit of pink in it. So you see that it's kind of, I started with kind of like a very light purple, which is okay. I am also, you see, which is okay. I'm also, yeah, tilting my board or my block a little bit to help these colors to bleed down. Oh, what if they bleed down onto my blossoms? That's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not that intense, the colors, so it's fine. And I'm not gonna go over all the flowers. Maybe these top ones will get covered to some point. So here like that, then I'm gonna gently go over this area. And since the paper is wet, although that I'm not covering the whole sky, I won't end up with crisp edges for my brush strokes, which is everything is loose and all the colors are gonna bleed. So that is what I want. Here I can transition into yellow and lime green. So I'm using cat yellow, cat lemon, and sap green or olive green. If you have Russian green, use that one too. Just fresh, young green colors. Over here also. And then here I'm using some cool green. It's Cascade Green by Daniel Smith. You can mix it with a little bit of purple, just a tiny bit to make your green darker, not a lot. Down here, right beside the trunk. Knowing that I will go over it again, this is just the first layer. So you see, use the tip of my brush to leave some marks to show to create some textures for the leaves without drawing them.
Now, for the recording, I think the past ones you've shown your paper as the main, sometimes as the main picture instead of the reference, I think.
Yes, that is what, so Betsy, when I share the reference image, it's gonna automatically record it. I don't know, for some reason with the zoom and focus on the reference image.
Okay. It'll record that way. That might be hard for Susan.
Yeah, and that is why it records that way. And if I don't pay attention to that and I just upload the recording without paying attention, which was the case once or twice, you won't be able to see my hand nicely in the recording. What I did one time, I downloaded that and I edit the video. I crop the area which shows my hands and my artwork, and I uploaded that part, not the reference image. That's what I'm going to do for this one.
Okay, that would be
great. Yes,
great.
I know. And I want you and Susan to be able to see the recording nicely. So I'm going to edit the video after. Because you need the reference image, right? You couldn't download it yet.
Yeah, it still hasn't come through.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I will do that.
Which is very strange, but
that's okay. Okay, now here on the bottom, it's kind of like brownish, yellowish, and then maybe some pinkish because of the ambience and reflection. So I may need to use these colors. I'm gonna start with permanent rose and then some red-brown colors. And I can bring this pink onto my trunk as a first layer. Then I go to my red-brown, which is burnt sienna or any other red-brown that you like, English red. I'm leaving some white passages for now, and I may cover them later, but at this point, I'm just figuring out what works. Some cadmium orange and brown. So I'm mixing earth sienna and cadmium orange. And over here. Okay. Now it's time for me to move on to the flowers. And since the paper is still damp, I'm gonna get very loose edges. I will see. And if I think the paper is not wet enough, I can re-wet it again. So here I'm loading my brush with some permanent rose. And I start with this big size flower that I drew. Paper is dry, as you can see. So now that the paper is dry, instead of re-wetting that, I can use the two brush technique. I'm painting a flower. We know how to do that. We learned that. So with one brush, I put the color. With the other, I wash off the edges.
And the numbers of the brushes are?
Yes, the numbers are my two smallest sizes. Number 2 is this one. And actually, I'm going to load this one with paint. And the bigger one is number 6. And I'm going to just use it with clear water to wash off the edges. So number 2 is loaded with pigment. And in this case, it is permanent rose. And I look at the picture of the flowers. They are darker pink near the base when all the petals meet one another, right? And as they get farther away, they get lighter. So, and then the second brush washes off the edge and shows the overlapping effect of petals. This one here, I'm just going to outline the petal. Outline the petal on this side because I want to show that this petal is on top and these two are kind of like overlapped on the side. So, and then I'm going to wash this off and this one too. And this one, 3. Another thing which I want to do is to, now that the petals are wet with pink paint, I can dab some red pink color, something like, let's see, what color is this one? There are some colors here on this Russian palette. If you have any type of rose, you can use it. You can use scarlet. Let me see. You see, I'm just dabbing some red here. Pick your own favorite pinkish red that you have other than permanent rose. And add it to the darker side of your petals, darker parts, here. Okay. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. So for some flowers, I really don't need to do much details. Watch this one. I am just using the belly of the brush. That's all I'm doing, covering these. And then at the end, I'm not using two brush technique. I don't need to. At the end, all I can do or I need to do is to just dab some more pinkish red color with the smaller size brush on the base here and let it bleed. You can try magenta, you can try using any rose that you have. You can play with the intensity of your pink color. For example, I can add more permanent rose and mix it with scarlet. Or maybe even cadmium, a touch of cadmium red. I'm also going to connect the flowers to the branches by carrying this pink to the branch too. Now I'm going to try moving faster, mixing some red with permanent rose on my palette. That's what I'm doing now. And the brush is watery. And now I'm going to just start by so you see, I even didn't need to draw these flowers. And while I'm doing that, I can add my made up branches using the pink color.
You said your made up branches? Or
yes,
okay.
Made up branches, because there is, I don't see like branches here connecting these flowers in the picture.
Okay.
I'm making them up, yeah. in some areas. You see, I'm connecting this one, for example, to this one using pink. And my eyes are on my artwork and also sliding to the reference image too, because it's important to see what's going on there. There are many flowers, so I'm just making them using my blush. And then while some of them are still wet, I pick up my second brush, load it with more permanent rose and red, and then go to the base of the flower and just add some more here on the base. Here. Mixing the red and pink again here. Here there are many flowers, and it seems that they don't belong to this tree. They belong to another tree far back there. But they are there, and I'm just gonna paint them. I wetted this area, and I'm gonna just add some pink onto these wet marks I made. Making up a branch here. Yes, I can see the tree back there now. I'm just painting the trunk with this pink color. Here I'm using the same color to add some more branches and some more marks for the flowers. This one, and I will cover these trunks, these pink trunks with some brown color, but as a base color, I think it's helpful to have this pink on those branches. Okay, what else? Here we need more. We need more of those flowers. But before that, I want to create a nice balance. I just don't want to work on the flowers without working on the trunk. So let's put a base color for the trunk. Here I can say it's a nice greenish brown color. And the source of light is coming from the left somehow. We don't need to make all of these shadows on the branches. all we need to do probably is to create a three-dimensional look on the trunks and branches by darkening the darker side. So which color? I would say mixing the sap green with some burnt umber. Sap green and burnt umber are the colors that I'm mixing to give me something like this. Here is still damp, so it's better to wait for it to dry, but doesn't matter. Sap green and burnt umber. Using some more brown. Here is pretty dark, but I'm not worried about that now. I will darken it later. I'm just adding some more pigments here to go back to it later. Also here on this one, on this tree. And then moving on to the smaller branches. Here I am mixing that green and brown. And then using more brown and a little bit of ultramarine blue to make the brown darker on the darker side of the branch while it's wet. I don't know, I feel that I see some orange also in some areas. I'm just mixing some orange with cadmium orange with burnt umber and adding that to this part of the branch here. Here I'm using this pink to cover this branch and then adding brown and green after. Using burnt umber now and green. Okay, so I'm trying to cover most of the branches that I drew, and then from there, after that, I will start adding or painting more flowers, filling out the spaces in between them using blue for the sky, adding more branches. Also, I'm going to go over the branches to create more shadows on them later on. Okay.
And you are putting, I can barely see what you're doing.
Oh,
It's a lot
Betsy,
of pink on the right,
yeah,
right?
if I upload the picture on the document, shared document that we have, can you open that? A reference image. Do you remember we had like a
Yeah, maybe I'm having a lot of trouble with my various accounts.
oh, okay.
Yes, yes. I would like to see what you're doing now, actually, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing.
Ah, okay.
Let me see if I can upload
That's
that
helpful.
here. You
Okay.
know what I'm gonna do? I am going to do something. Hold on. I'm gonna stop recording.
Mine, I've made
Um,
mine very blobby because I didn't see how you.
yes, doesn't matter. If the blobby, where's my face? Hold on. The blobbiness is actually good because we need lots of those type of brush strokes for many of these flowers. Some of them, yes, we are going to work in details, and you can start working on some of them in between those. Some of them I will show you how you can start working in between those. I would say probably, you see, mine is like yours here. It's like yours here. The only flowers that I work in detail is honestly just this one and maybe this one. The rest are more like those marks that I made. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I did all of these now that you can see me better. Okay.
Great.
Let me just open this and then move this one to the side. Okay. So I always hold two brushes in my hand in case if I need them both, but now I feel that just one brush, and that's number 6, is enough to work on, for example, this one. I drew this one, but even if I didn't, I can paint it without having a drawing underneath. Putting the brush down on the paper like this, like the whole belly of the brush, will give me the shape of the petal. And then I can start overlapping them.
Now I see what you mean. Okay.
You see, yeah. And here. And then in some other areas, I will just use my brush the same way with no color, just wet like this, here and here. And after doing that, I can then load the smaller size brush with some pink and then inject the color paint down here and let it bleed. So playing around with these two techniques will give me different types of effects which I need for this subject. Here, I'm gonna add some more pink down here. Same thing. Using some purple now after so long, finally. Over here to show some of these branches. Let's see, your school will be over at the end of May.
Oh, even before then, May 15th. Well,
Okay.
I work for another 7 days, but
Okay.
How about you have June 15th, you said.
Yes, June 15th, which is early for us.
Yes, but
Yeah,
that's good.
that's good. Oh yeah, it's very good. Do you go to Maine?
Well, yes, I will open up on Memorial Day weekend, and I have a
Oh,
paper to write. I have a conference in Florence, Italy,
oh
which
my gosh,
is very exciting. I haven't
great.
been to Florence in a long time, maybe 20 years, I
I
forget.
haven't been there. I've been to Rome.
Ah, well, they're
Yeah,
both wonderful.
yes, Italy is wonderful. But when are you going there?
I leave on June 20th, a little after, maybe it's about the time you leave.
Yes, that's
And
nice.
the conference is only for four, 4 or 5 days,
Yes.
but I'm going to stay for a week, or 8 or 9 days. I fly overnight and then I'll stay
Yeah,
for 8 days.
great.
Because once you get over there, you might as well
Wanna
see a little something. I don't know with the carbon concern now that I'll go back, but yeah, and I've been taking a few Italian lessons so I can
Oh my gosh, good for you.
see that I'm lost if I need to.
That's great. So you speak French also, right?
A little bit, a little bit. I studied it, yes. So there's some similarities, of course, the cognates.
Yes. And how about Spanish? Do you speak that too?
No, I do not.
You do not.
Do you?
I don't. I want to learn. I always, since I was a kid, I love to learn French.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's aunt's husband, he studied in Paris, and he everyone says that he has that accent. And then my cousins, their kids were like learning French, and they were very good. I always wanted to do that. I always were learning English, thinking about that if I want to improve something, I have to work on my English skills. And I never got a chance to start learning French. And I always wanted to do that. Now that I am thinking about learning something new, which is good for your brain, right? To when you get
It
old.
is, yes.
I feel that okay, Ilia's second language at the school is Spanish, and we have many students who are their first language is Spanish or Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, okay, if I want to learn something, probably I should learn Spanish instead of French. I always have, and then I will end up doing nothing. I don't know.
Does your mother speak another language?
Who?
Your mother.
My mom, English.
English,
English,
okay, well, that's
yeah.
good.
My dad actually studied in London, so
Oh,
yeah, he had a fiance first, and then they broke up, who was a model, who was actually an Italian model. Yes. Yeah, my dad was in London for many years. And then he came to Iran and met my mom.
that was good.
That was very good, yeah.
What age was he, Seppi?
78.
Oh, that is young. I'm sorry. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yike. I was hoping.
no,
Well, I
no,
didn't do any math to figure out how old he could be, but
yeah,
oh, that
yeah.
seems young.
Yeah, he was very active, very positive, until he got sick. Yeah, and he was even fine until last year. This time last year, he got COVID. Yeah.
I heard that there's another variant that's highly transmissible just when everyone is about ready to forget about it.
Oh my gosh, my colleague got COVID probably when we went out for dinner when I came back from Iran on Saturday, this past Saturday, and she was clear. It was her day 11. And she didn't come to school today. She said she's positive again.
Oh, no.
And I heard it from some other friends that those who are over 60 using a special type of medicine, which I don't know.
COVID, yes.
Yes, it has a rebound effect.
Yes, Anthony Fauci and President Biden both had, but I hope it kept them from getting too sick. But yes,
I hope so. Yeah.
They sort of downplayed it. They said very occasionally, but few people. But it sounds as if more and more. More
and more. She got it. She's 60. She's 68. Yeah, and she used that drug, and now she's sick again.
Oh, crumb.
Yeah.
Well, I hear that there's another bivalent booster available for older people now, if it's been 4 months since the first one.
Okay. Yes, so
I guess it would be smart to get it.
Yes, I think so. Especially if you want to travel. I feel on the plane, I still wear my mask.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in class, I wear my mask because there's so many students and some of them are still sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had how many people on the plane wore masks, would you say?
So I was, not many. I was wearing my mask on my way back, and a lady was beside me, and thank God when she saw I was wearing mask, she took out mask and she wore hers too.
Good.
So she did that. But then you see some people are coughing and sneezing and doing all those sorts of things without having masks on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't believe, or who knows what they think.
Yeah.
I think people are so tired of it.
They are.
Yeah, I got just a little cold last week or 10 days ago, and it took me a while to think, oh, I should test.
Yes.
And it wasn't COVID. But.
Okay.
Well, I hope you don't get it. It was Saturday that you saw her, so.
I hope so. Yeah. I had mine a month ago, so yes.
That's right, crummy.
Yeah.
That was crummy. Well, maybe that will protect.
I hope. Yeah, maybe.
And get something out of it.
Yeah. And it was funny because the COVID I got, yes, I was not very well. I didn't feel very well for 2 days, but I got cold worse than that. Before that, like many times, and it was not COVID. So I lost my taste and smell 2 or 3 times during last year. And interestingly, it wasn't COVID. This past time that I got COVID, I didn't lose my taste and smell.
Well, there's something. There's
something, because losing taste and smell was new to me this past year. I never got cold. Yes, I lose my smell, but never I lose my taste. I lost my taste for probably 10 days once when I got cold. I was very scared. I thought that, is it gonna come back? Um, yes, but it
It's the
wasn't cold.
same now.
What is, yes, it's now back. Yeah.
I met someone once who never had a sense of smell, and I thought,
Yes, me too.
that's too bad.
That is very bad. Like, imagine you cannot smell perfumes, you cannot smell food. Yes.
Maybe if you never have it, you don't miss it so much, but
Maybe.
I would miss it.
I'm also using that. It's kind of disgusting, but I'm also using that when I'm figuring out Ilya's clothing, which one needs to go to the laundry when he doesn't.
Right. Pretty useful.
Yeah, it's useful. Okay. Any questions so far?
Well, these are a little less blobs. Maybe you can take a look.
I can take a look now, and you are already pinned. Let me turn my camera on. Yeah,
I need to have some stems.
I love that. And for your stems, let's see, like what I did, you can connect some of them using the same pinkish color or the nice light color that you made for your branches. You can use those.
Well, you were using purple too.
You can use purple too. I use purple for, yeah, you know me. I use purple for the darker areas, but for the main part, I use sap green, earth umber, and pink itself. You can mix them with pink on your palette. You can add pink branches and then cover them with these two other colors. You can do both to get different shades.
Oh, I see. I need to put more of a stem in here. Gosh.
More of a stem, or if you think that, okay, you have enough, you can add some more flowers in between. It's like it's a process. It's not that you are done quickly. You have to go back and forth on your branches, flowers, stems. And I'm doing that too. So now that I'm tired of working on the tree, I'm going to work on the background a little bit on the ground. So I'm going to go and work on these. Just maybe I just draw some. So I use my pencil and I start drawing some leaves. Yeah.
Okay, there's
not many. So you see some of those leaves in the front seam, bottom corner of the work, left corner, and just drawing them. Do you like walking?
I do. It's almost the only exercise I get now. My gym closed when COVID started, and then they sold the building. I want to do something more. I used to do 3 exercise classes and a weights class during the week, and it's not good for me to.
Yeah, walking is great actually, but yes, I tell my mom to, I am not doing anything either these days. There is a Y near us, very close actually. It's like 3-minute drive. And I'm a member.
That's good. So
That's good, but I'm not going now. I'm just
hard to get motivated. It's easier now that it's light out.
yes, yes.
But is there anything like the Y in Tehran that you could?
Oh yeah, there are many. Now in that part of the city, there are many fancy ones, very expensive, very luxurious. You know what? Tehran is weird, although that the economical situation for many people is not good. You see like extremes in some areas, and you wonder, wow, what? Yeah. But there are many different types of gyms, like expensive ones, the ones that everyone can afford.
Does your mom like to walk?
My mom likes to walk. She doesn't like to go to the gym. Let me tell you what she likes. She loves gardening, and she has a great green thumb. It's amazing what she does. Maybe I should have her to video record her, because they live in a big apartment. It's like a highest level. It's 7th floor of a 7-level building.
Mm-hmm.
And she has big balconies that also her living room, it's filled with different types of plants.
Nice.
From Thermophilia to Benjamin to I don't know what you call them, those African
Violets?
violets. Yes, she has those orchids.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Geraniums, right? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Perennials, yes.
Yes, so she
Good.
loves that.
Good. So the apartment is filled with.
Oh yeah, it is. But she doesn't like to go to the gym, no. She used to do yoga
Mm-hmm.
when we were kids. No, she's not doing that either.
Are people sort of tired of COVID there too? Is it over or?
Yes, people are tired. It's not over, obviously, but people are tired and they are not wearing masks much, like here.
Is yoga something she might start again, do you think?
I
Or
told her, I don't know.
because it's nice to see people, to get out.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, she loves to go to the pool with my aunts. There is a nice pool that they go together. They used to go, and then this past 2-3 months, my dad was very sick, so she couldn't even leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't go, but they used to go to the pool, and she likes swimming, which is good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you went back when you did.
Thank you. Yes, it was very good. So as you can see here, I'm doing some negative painting. I drew some of those leaves. I'm painting around them, as you can see, just to add some shapes and forms to the bottom corner of my work as well, because we have many of those shapes and forms up there, just to create some balance. I'm starting my classes at the garden in the woods from next week.
Exciting.
Exciting, I know.
And things are blooming, which is nice.
The only thing that I'm a little bit like not nervous, but it's a new place for me to go to, and it's a new way of teaching because we want to go to the garden and I'm not sure what they have. So maybe on Saturday we go to MFA and on Sunday we go there to check out what they have.
That would give you time to think about it.
Yes.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. I want to see if we can, for example, if the weather permits, we can probably go and sit outside and paint, like plein air painting.
That would be very nice.
That would be good. I need that too. I don't get time to go and do painting in nature. I need that.
Yeah, it's.
I remember that you used to go to some classes at where was it? Wellesley College.
Right.
So were they inspired by the gardens they have or no?
I took one class in which we were supposed to be able to use flowers that were blooming, but nothing was blooming. So we took our own, or the flowers we were going to, the kinds of flowers we were working on weren't blooming. So we were all supposed to take our own. The first class I took, or the second, we did petunias, and I forget. No, we didn't sit outside, which is
But did you have the like real flower?
Yes, sometimes we did that, and that's
Okay.
nice. That's a big help.
And that was there for you, or you were supposed to bring yours?
I think we took our own.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both times we did. The second time we were supposed to have some available from the greenhouses or something, but they just weren't available. Something happened.
Okay.
So we had to provide our own.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mess with Mother Nature too much.
No.
She does what she does, and
Oh yeah.
maybe it was tulips, I forget. It's funny how things before COVID are sort of blurred.
It's COVID. Okay, I did some painting on this corner. Now I feel better. Let me just work a little bit more on the trunk here because I feel that it really needs more value. It needs to be darker, especially on the right side. So using the brown, you even can use raw umber, which is darker. And you can use your burnt umber and mix it with blue, French ultramarine blue. Yeah, I think it's good. And then maybe some cool green like Windsor green or Cascade. You also, if you have your Russian, you can use that too. I'm just mixing these colors on my palette to see. Yeah, I think it's good. So now I'm gonna use my skinniest brush, number 2, and really work on those dark areas. You can squint your eyes and look at your picture and see which part is really dark. Yeah. And then I'm gonna soften these edges with the red brush, going back to load the small brush with some purple this time and going even darker. So I'm using this purple and I'm dabbing it over here to darken this area, this area. Um, Before we end the class, let me show you how to fill out the spaces in between the flowers with
Oh,
some blue.
yes, it's time, right.
It's time, I know. Uh, so I can keep adding more flowers because if you see the picture, you really can see that there are many of them.
Yes,
And you almost cannot see the spaces in between them.
right.
You can do that. I can do that. I can keep like adding some more here. Um, before I move on to adding blue. This one is too heavy. I'm just gonna pick it up. And what I can do is to, like what I showed you, I can use my almost clear wet or very light pink brush. And in some areas, I'm going to leave it this light. In some areas, I'm going to just add some more pink on the base, or
let it bleed or let it flow.
yeah, and let it flow. Just very vague and like not much clear. So that is a good way to do many of them. You don't need to draw them. You don't need to work on the details. I can tilt my paper and do that. And all I need to do is just, sometimes I do 2 petals, sometimes 3. And it's good to look at the picture every off and on.
Yeah.
Because if I just keep doing, I feel that, oh, I will end up with too many same type of marks, which I don't want to see. So it's good to take a look at the picture. Here, I really want to do some details. Okay, and then I can start adding the sky colors. Maybe not yet. Maybe now it's too early to do that. This one I forgot. Let me just paint this one too. And then I'm gonna see your work. Let me turn the lights on. It's dark here.
Yeah, it's dark here too.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. My goal is to finish this painting, especially this weekend, hopefully, now that I'm not going to MFA, I may get some time. And if I work on it, I will record myself and share it with you.
Oh, great.
Yes, I do my best to come back on track. So let me see what you did.
No, I don't know that it has changed too much, but I'll show you.
I love that. Yes, very good job. Add some bigger flowers too. Like, yes, use
the close-up ones. Yes, yes.
some of them, not that many, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But you did a great job. I love your branches. Did you work on the background? I didn't see that. So work on the
Oh,
back.
no, and the blue has completely faded away. There was a little blue, but it's...
That's okay. We don't need it to be very strong. So, and we can go over it later. Don't worry. After the flowers are done, just a little, not much. So that's it. And today is our last class of this round. I enjoyed it a lot. Let me stop recording.
Thank you very much.
Of course, hold on a second. Stop recording. Close low battery.